Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm really excited to show you guys the new 2025 ARIA 22 UC from Barletta. Barletta's been a great brand for us, really the fastest growing pontoon brand in the industry. The ARIA series they introduced last year and it's really been a big hit. Barletta is known as being a really premium high-end brand. A lot of cool features, a lot of standard features. The ARIA is the first level boat in the Barletta line. However, compared to most manufacturers, it's going to be more of a mid-level boat because of all the features and benefits and all the positive things that it comes with. So we're going to talk today a little bit about this ARIA 22 UC. The first thing I always talk about with Barletta, this particular boat will go through some of the upgrades and options, but in general, the number of standard features is just crazy. You go to a boat builder with a pontoon boat, you start building a boat, and you start getting into like 60, 70 different options. Barletta might have 10 options available on this boat. Everything pretty much comes standard. So we're going to go through some of that as we go through, and let's take a look. So one of the things we're going to talk a little bit about as we go through the boat, and I'm not going to get into all these because there's just so many standard features. I definitely encourage you to look at the list, look online, see what the boat comes with standard compared to other manufacturers, where you're going to click this as an option. Little things like the stainless steel end cap here at the front, pop-up cleats, all right, again stainless steel, LED dock lights, kind of a structural bumper underneath for extra structure in the bow of the boat is all included. We move toward the middle of the boat, cool feature, the doggy dock view, where the driver or a dog can see the outside, see what's going on. When you're docking a boat, and you can kind of see where the dock's coming. There's also one in the bow of the boat. So again, they're very pet-friendly boats, but this is also a benefit to the driver. This particular boat, I'm going to point out two optional features that are included. The one is the blackout package, which is this black anodized fence panel. Black trim makes the boat look a little richer, more like $100,000, $120,000 boat, even though we're well below that price-wise. And then also we've got the rear safety rail for the lounger. So if you did sit in this lounger facing the rear position, you can have this be a legal seat while you're underway because of the safety rail. So this is an optional feature. We sell it on a few of the boats, but not all of them. The advantage of not having this here is that you obviously get more access to board the boat in different directions and stuff like that without these rails in the way. So we sell a lot of boats with both, depending on what the customer wants to do. As we move toward the transom of the boat, this is a tri-tune package setup, and you can see, I always like to point out the spray, the lifting strikes here from a performance perspective. Heavy duty, everything's heavy duty here from a standpoint of how it's put together. All the welds, all that stuff is top notch on the Barlettas. Okay, we move into the transom area, the ARIA 22 UC. Again, I'm just going to point out a couple of just blatant things. Real nice 5-step stainless steel heavy duty boarding ladder. Again, not some plastic ladder. Again, we see the stainless steel end caps again for protection. Heavy duty stainless steel ski tow bar, which is going to be included on all the tri-tunes, and quite frankly, we pretty much order them on all the boats anyway. And then the other thing is we've got this extended rear deck. So gives this boat a little bit more space. This is a 22-foot boat by the tube length. However, it's actually getting close to 23.5, almost 24 feet when we consider the extended platform. So that's one of the reasons why when you're looking at a Barletta, almost everybody that gets in this boat will say, wow, this feels bigger than a 22. Well, that's because it kind of is. A lot of manufacturers will kind of, they'll count even the motor pod extension and all that in the length of their listings. Whereas Barletta really only counts the tube size, and the tube's cut off about right here, about almost 2 feet past where or shallow where the extended platform goes. So always think about that when you're looking at a Barletta. You almost have to up the size of the competitor's brand by at least 1 to 2 feet to kind of have apples to apples. Main feature I'm going to talk about as we're here in the transom is the Ultra Lounger. So this is something that kind of was became Barletta famous on their premium models when they first came out as a company, and now they brought it all the way down to the ARIA model, which is awesome. And again, versatility is the key here as far as how you can use the boat. We can set it up like how it is now, where it's just kind of a facing. You can kind of sit 3 or 4 people facing forward. No big deal. We can adjust it, swing it back. Now we have a full-length rear lounger, so again, 3 or 4 people can sit facing backwards, and again, with the safety rail, even while you're at speed, that's a legal seat to use, you know, facing backwards. And actually, I can pull it all the way down and actually make it a full bed. Okay, so you know, again, a lot of different ways you can use it. I'm actually going to show you one other interesting way. We can pull this puppy up, and if I wanted to lay that down and I wanted more of a lounger all the way forward, we could do that too. All right, so again, different. Again, I can lay that down and we can have kind of a lounger going all the way forward. So really, really cool, really versatile in how you can use this Ultra Lounger. Okay, so we moved into the middle part of the ARIA model. Just a few things I'm going to point out that are actually brand new on this model for 2025. First thing is going to be the new JBL stereo system. So 4 speakers, 2 in the back area, 2 in the front. You know, kind of an upgraded system, digital, obviously Bluetooth, which is pretty cool. You know, again, more of a premium stereo feature, standard on the boat. You know, whereas most companies that's an upgrade or an option. I'm also going to talk about new flooring for 2025. This has got a UV protection layer on it, so long-term fading and stuff like that will be improved on this. So really, really nice woven floor material, really comfortable to walk on, good texture. It's actually pretty good because it's probably going to hide a lot of imperfections. You know, if somebody spilled something or whatever, or, you know, pretty easy to clean up, but that extra layer of UV protection is pretty cool. And then actually a brand new Tempest gray upholstery. So the upholstery color is brand new for 2025. So last year's version kind of had a little bit more of a tan hint to it. They've upgraded now to the gray. I think it works well with the floor. It's a little bit more neutral colored, so it pretty much works for everybody. Again, I'm sitting underneath this beautiful wide bimini top. I'm probably a little bit shaded because of that, because it's got so much good protection. One of those standard features we talked about, this is a power bimini top. All right, so it's not manual, it's all power. It's just, you know, put it up and down with a touch of a button. You know, again, that's a standard feature on this boat. Normally it's maybe a $2,000 upgrade from most manufacturers. So pretty cool, all kinds of little things. You know, wireless phone, you know, little phone charger plugs everywhere, phone holders everywhere. We've got the co-captain's chair on this model, which is a real popular layout with the co-captain's chair. Actually they improved this door from last year as well on the ski locker. You know, big wide opening for skis, wakeboards, whatever you needed to put. We've got the boat cover in there right now. You know, gas assist shock, again, stainless steel hardware. Really, really nice setup on this. Now we're going to go into the console. So we talked about the dog-friendly, pet-friendly features. We got the little doggy dish right here, all right, which is pretty cool. That's standard on all Barletta boats. And then I really, really like this console because it's a fiberglass console. It's not one of the plastic ones or one of the cheap ones out there. We've got a standard, you know, GPS unit over here. All right, so I can pop that open, see what it looks like, but that's a standard feature on the boat. Again, not an option, and it's built into the dash real nice so that it's doesn't look like it doesn't belong or anything like that. All my switches, nice phone holder here. Here's the stereo control that we talked about. Really nice, simple gauge package with some digital components here on the left-hand side. Glove box actually down by my feet over here that is lockable, which is kind of cool. Again, I like the console because it's nice. It doesn't have this ugly plexiglass windshield that's kind of makes the thing look cheap. It's also slender, so it doesn't take up a bunch of seating space because it's this big bulbous console. So it really works well with this boat in maximizing the seating in this boat. So this particular boat is rated for up to 12 people, you know, with the tri-tune package. So that's pretty cool. And again, throttle control, well located, convenient. It's not like my arm's in a weird spot where I'm throttling the boat back and forth. You know, everything's really, really nice. I've got plenty of leg room. I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'2", and I've got plenty of leg room. I'm not worried about my knees hitting the console or anything like that. Nice, again, stainless steel hardware, adjustable steering wheel. So again, really, really nice console on the ARIA, and this is consistent throughout every ARIA model. As we move to the bow area, I really want to talk a little bit about the upholstery from Barletta. You know, the nice thing is Barletta, you know, from top to bottom uses basically the same exact upholstery. It's just styled a little bit differently, you know, so it is really a premium upholstery setup. And you know what you're going to find on the higher end Barletta models is the furniture might be a little wider, it might be a little taller, but even this boat, with this being the most basic Barletta model, you know, if I'm sitting in the seat, you know, I've got good support up the middle part of my back. If I sit in the lounger position, you know, this is a 22-foot boat. I've got plenty of space to get my legs kicked out and all that type of stuff. I really like how they have the cutout for the cup holders and the speaker here in the bow, rather than having some kind of hokey little cup holder thing that's sitting out in the middle of the furniture. So again, that setup is really cool, where I don't have to, that's a good place to like throw some of the, you know, some of your, you know, your wallet or your keys or whatever, and it's not really hindering your seating. I like how if I'm sitting, a lot of boats, if I sit right here, me being as big as I am, like literally the seat will like flip up behind me, and I can literally put a lot of pressure, a lot of weight, you know, and it won't really do that on this model. So again, the baseboard is wide, so it supports me, you know, all the way through. Again, good stitching, good quality. I always talk about the water management system as well. We look at the stitching and the finish on that. Again, this is their basic model, heavy duty hardware. We also have a water management system so that any water that does get into this, you know, will just kind of it'll kind of go outside the boat instead of kind of staying inside the compartment. So again, really well thought out design on the upholstery on this Barletta ARIA model. Okay, so I hope everybody enjoyed going through this ARIA 22 UC with us. You know, one thing that I didn't touch on yet, but I think is obviously super important is, you know, what does this boat perform like? What is it like on the water? This particular boat is a 22-foot boat set up with a tri-tune package, new for 2025, you know, bigger fuel tank. I think this one has a 53-gallon fuel tank, so a larger capacity there. This boat, you can get up to a 200 horsepower on the tri-tune, you know, so most people, most of our customers on this boat, if you're trying to keep a price point, you're trying to get something to tube with the kids, maybe some light skiing, you know, the 150 should be pretty sufficient for that. You know, this boat can get up into the mid-30s, you know, depending on the load and the situation. You know, with the 150, you know, if you did upgrade to a 200 horsepower, you might be touching upper 30s, maybe 40, again, depending on the circumstance. But, you know, for most people, one of those two engine options is great. The boat will perform well either way. You know, even with a load of people in the boat, with a 150, it's still plenty enough to tube and for light water skiing. You know, so again, good performance. You can get this boat in a 2-tube version. You know, we sell a lot of these with like 90 horsepower, you know, 115 horsepower in a 2-tube version. You know, if you're at a, you know, restricted lake or a lake where you can't go fast all the time, you know, that is an option for you. But the other thing that truly, I believe, if there's one primary thing with Barletta, we talked about the standard features, we talked about everything. You know, when I get on this boat and I take it to the lake and I run it, you know, this feels on the water like a $200,000 boat. It's solid. It feels comfortable. There's no rattling. You know, again, we're thinking about aluminum boats, you know, bolted together and welded together, and like a lot of times it sounds like a big tin can going down the lake. Sometimes there's vibration everywhere. Barletta on all their models use that VIP vibration absorption pad or vibration isolation pad technology, so that the metal on metal is kind of met with basically a piece of rubber or an insert that kind of, you know, deadens the vibrations, and it really works. I mean, I've been in other brands' boats that are premium boats, and this boat, even in an ARIA model, feels and rides as solid as those do, if not better. So definitely that's where Barletta shines, is on the water. You know, obviously it shines here in the showroom and stuff like that too. But again, thanks for checking out the Barletta ARIA 22 UC with us at Buckeye Sports Center. For more information, visit our website, buckeyesportscenter.com. Check out and subscribe to our YouTube page. We show all kinds of videos on Barletta and many other brands as well. Thanks for watching.